Hello, welcome to Super Radish, and today we're doing a VR video. John tagged me in to do a reply, so yeah, I'm obliged to do it, but I spent far too much time trying to work out what my top 10 was, and extremely hard to narrow it down. Top 30, no problem. Top 20, just about. But yeah, the top 10 was super hard. But yeah, so I'm just doing my top 10 games, which I think the original VR was, but doesn't matter. I'm just doing whatever I want to. But thank you, John. So I'll pop a link to John's channel in the description. Check out John. He's got this awesome like sunrise kind of background on his video as well. Well worth watching. And okay, so before I go into my top 10, I've got a reasonably big list of honourable mentions that I had to do. It. Yeah, so I suppose I'll get into those first. So, first up, a couple of N64 games. No N64 games made it into the top 10, which I'm surprised about, but given another year, you could find 2 or 3 in there. And that is the magnificent, there we go, Ocarina of Time. And what can I say? You know, when I had that, it was everything. I hammered that, and I've completed it multiple times. It is the trouble with Zelda is there's lots of good Zeldas. I've given myself one rule, which is to only have one of each game series. Otherwise, I could have done like 5 Marios, 5 Zeldas, and be done. But no, it has to be one. And then we've got Super Mario 64. Just working out where my camera is. It's all back to front to me. Yeah, basically, I had this when I had my N64. Had it the first Christmas it came out. That is all I had to play for a year. And I lived in I was lucky to get an N64. It was expensive. I didn't want to ask for games until sort of the following Christmas, but that did last me a year, and I did love it, and I did enjoy it. I did get to rent a few games in between, but that to me, to jump from a Super Nintendo to that and see 3D graphics, the sort of bomb-on field at the start of 64, amazing, absolutely amazing, and I still love it. I played the 3D All-Stars version whenever it came out, and the kids watched me play it, and they loved it too. Super Mario Sunshine is the one that they've loved the most, though, watching me play, which is weird. I like Sunshine, but lots of people don't. And then we've got, this is the Super Famicom version, because that's the one I have now, and that is A Link to the Past. And Link to the Past, I remember my dad pre-ordering it. It was more for him than me. He'd seen it in one of the old Nintendo magazines, how good it was going to be. And I remember him pre-ordering it to my grandmother's house, and I remember the day it came. And it basically was the game that we sort of played together, and we, generally I do a lot of running around, maybe not achieving much, and he'd kind of do like the hard bits and dungeons for me. Yeah, so I love the game. It's kind of one of the best games ever made, and it does just narrowly miss out again because I could only have one Zelda, but there we are. It is an absolute classic, and I'm so glad I've got a box copy of the Super Famicom. And I've had 2 box PAL copies and sold them in the past when I've needed money, but that's going nowhere. So yeah, Link to the Past, and then we're on to a more recent game, Dark Souls. So Dark Souls is, I've played through it numerous times. I've never finished it. I've got to Gwyn and stopped. I don't know why. Why did I stop when I basically got to the last boss? It wasn't that the last boss was hard. I kind of just stopped and thought I'll go back to that when I feel ready to finish Dark Souls, because it felt like a never-ending journey for me. But yes, I love everything about it. The atmosphere, the combat, the bosses, the sort of level design, it all just is fantastic. And I don't think any other From game has actually given me the same kind of feeling. I've liked them all, and I'm not very good at them. But Dark Souls, I've persevered through the Xbox 360. I got to the last 3/4. I got the PC version, which was an absolute nightmare because it just didn't like working until they fixed it. It does work now with the remastered. And yeah, I got to go in. And like I said, I've got that save file, so maybe I need to go in there and just parry him and finish him off. That's all I gotta do. Just parry him a few times and sort of counter him, and I'll be done. So I'll have to see if that save file still works, but I don't know if it'll work because of the remastered. Mine's the original version. But Dark Souls, yeah. And then we've got Burnout 2. When I had this, I genuinely didn't think racing games could get any better. I thought it was amazing how good it looked, how good it played. And I loved Burnout 1, but it wasn't quite there for me. I still liked it, but that just kind of... Burnout 3 is maybe better, but that's the one that I love. Burnout 2, awesome game. And next up, don't know how many people ever put this in their top 10, but I remember this. Splinter Cell coming out. I worked in a PC shop there and we sold PC games. And I remember coming in this gorgeous cardboard box, not like a big box, but more of a... I'll show you, I've got one PC game in that stellar box. And I immediately bought it, and I was paid absolute pittance then. £10 a day. And, I was making them good money, fixing computers, selling games, because I was obviously into it. I found it easy to sell them, selling computers. But yeah, spent 3 weeks' wages to get that. That was with my staff discount. But to be fair, they used to let me borrow infinite amount of games, no CD patch all the way. So I used to have hundreds of games every year from that job. That's probably why I stayed at it. I mean, I did enjoy it, and there's good people I work with, but yeah, crazy times. And next up, we've got Time Splitters 2. The game I was looking for after GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, that multiplayer game that I could play with my friends, and we did play a lot of this. I almost feel like I didn't get as much as I should have out of it. I think because, I sort of getting to the age, going to college and other stuff in life, life was getting a bit more complicated, and but I still loved it. The single player alone is amazing. I just love the format, and it's a real shame we haven't got a proper Time Splitters 4 yet. And this one, I really struggle not to put this in the top 10, and I'm still not sure now. And that is Breath of the Wild. It's so good. And yeah, I genuinely think this is probably the best game I've ever played. But because I've got one of each series in there, I decided on another Zelda game. You will see. So we're still on the honourable mentions. Sorry, we'll get there. I'll speed up. Tales of Symphonia really, really sort of grabbed me, and I again, it was a time and a place when I was ready for a game like this. I was trying to get out of my World of Warcraft obsession, and I picked this up, and it helped me wean myself off it, which I did go back to it because World of Warcraft was like crack, wasn't it? And I'm glad I couldn't even play an hour of it now. It would drive me mental. And yeah, actually, I don't know why I got this. Obviously got confused. I got the Switch remaster as well. Same game. Apparently not working very well on the Switch, though. That remaster is supposed to be pants. I don't know. Resident Evil. What a game. Best horror game for me. Better than Silent Hill. Stupendously good. Love it. Nothing needs to be said about this. This exact version is what I love. So a little cut there as my son woke up from his sleep. So where was I? I was on my last couple of honourable mentions. And we've got next up Alan Wake. Absolutely love it. Just all round, just enjoyed it. Just played it many a times. I really need to play Alan Wake 2. Now it's out on physical for the PS5. I do need to get it. So yeah, that's on my list. And then finally, Max Payne 2. The Fall of Max Payne. It's my favourite of all of them. I think it was just a perfect action game. And as I mentioned about those Splinter Cell PC version, it's this sort of box with kind of like double discs and stuff. Yeah, amazing. Love that style of PC game box. And there we are. So, top 10. Where do I start? I've got a top 3, a definitive top 3. But I think are my favourites. Let's start off with 2 Xbox 360 games. Surprised myself. One of them I wasn't, but one of them I was, yeah, it was when I sort of, on reflection, I wanted it in my top 10. So first up, we have got Project Gotham Racing 3. When I got my 360, and I was so excited to get it, and it was a great console, this was the game that I played and played and played online. I smashed it. I got everything you could do in this, and I just thought it was just the right blend between arcade and sort of fairly realistic, and the drifting on it, everything. It's just, I love this game. And they'll never make, I presume they're never going to do the PGR game again, especially not in this style, because I never found 4 as good as 3. 1 and 2 were great. 3, perfection. 4, just let me down just a little bit, but still a good game. So that's the first of the top 10. Another 360 game. Halo Reach. You might think of all the Halos, you choose Reach. This is the one I've put the most hours into. Me and my friend, called Mouse. Called him Mouse since school. Doesn't mind. It's just his name now. We played this obsessively. We were playing it deathmatch. We were playing it co-op. And again, it just kind of was the peak, the apex of the Halo series for me. I love 3, I love 2, I love 1. Liked ODST. And this, to me, is just amazing. And I've probably got hundreds of hours in this, probably like 500 hours, which, I've never touched or got close to that. Maybe Halo 2 with the multiplayer in 1. But it just was perfection in my eyes. What next? Animal Crossing New Horizons. Maybe people like Animal Crossing. This is more down to the fact that there's never been a game, and I don't think there ever will be, that everyone in my house plays. We shared an island. We all played our part in making this amazing island, which has been slowly destroyed by my son as he picks up stuff and sells it to buy other stuff. But overall, the island is really important. My daughter in particular loves it. She's the only one that really plays it now, and she goes in there and tidies up and does little bits to it. And that's the one reason I do get Nintendo Online these days, is to basically keep that save on the cloud, so I can always access it in case the worst comes to the worst. And it's absolutely it came at the right time again. And it's a good game. It's my style of game. I do like a sim kind of game anyway, and the crafting added so much to me for Animal Crossing, and again, playing it with friends online, getting stuff off each other, collecting the whole catalogue, collecting all the bugs and the fish. I love it, and I can't wait for the next one. That's probably the game that will get me to get a Switch to, is a new Animal Crossing that's good. And that has to be in there for me, because it means a lot to me. Animal Crossing New Horizons does, and like I said, is the island that we've got in there is really, really important to my daughter anyway. And I'm looking forward to us doing a new island at some point. So that's that one. Where do I go? Sega Rally. Arcade racing perfection. It was between this and Outrun, coast to coast. Couldn't decide. Pretty much, this would be on the day dependent whether it was Sega Rally or Outer and Coast to Coast. Couldn't decide. I just gone for this today. It's just the flip of a coin there. Sega Rally is it's the game that when my friends had it Saturn at launch, and it's the one game I wanted more than anything. And luckily I could just play it at his house, and it was awesome. And yeah, it is just stupendously good, and I can still play it today, and I still do on the PC and stuff mostly. And yeah, they just don't make games like that now, do they? Just love it. Next up, there has to be an RPG, and if there's one RPG that confirmed I wanted to play more RPGs, is Xenoblade Chronicles. Amazing what they did with the Wii. Beautiful open worlds. Love the gameplay. I mean, I really do like turn-based, but for me, I do enjoy the combat. I find it just relaxing. I'm going through another playthrough. I finished it once on the Wii, finished it once on the Switch. Going through my second playthrough on the Switch, and yeah, I love Xenoblade. Again, I'm really weird. I've not really invested any time into 2 and 3. I have into the Chronicles X on the Wii U, because there wasn't much else to play on the Wii U, as much as I love it. And yeah, Xenoblade is definitely on my list, and I think it is my favourite RPG of all time. I'm sure it'll be replaced one day. I've got some big potential games to play on the horizon, which I'll hopefully get to eventually. I think this is a definitive top 5 then. Let's go with that. These are the top 5 games for me. One of them's a cheat though. I'll get to that in a minute. But next up, I haven't had a Mario yet, have I? I do now. Super Mario World. Best Mario, I think. Super Famicom version. Again, I can't justify buying a PAL box copy nowadays, but this one I got really cheap, and I'm just a moron. Just sell, to be fair, I didn't sell Super Mario World. I think my parents did to fund my N64, but I love this game. I still do, and I could play it every day, every year, and it is 2D platforming perfection. God, I want to play it now. Is that a top 5 or I don't know. I'm sure I counted 10. I'm hoping this is 10. Let's go to this one first. There is another RPG. I'm lying. Well, let me get that right. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I think this is my favourite game on the Switch. It's a turn-based strategy game mixed with, I don't know what you call it, school drama. I don't know. It feels like a game that I've always wanted, that I didn't know I wanted. Because you've got the school and you kind of do, stuff, social stuff, setting up missions, talking to your people, and the combat in it is fantastic, and the story is great, and you've got basically three different. Oh, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. 3 different schools you can choose from, and you basically can play it 3 times. I've only played it the once, 1.5 times. I would like to do all the past. That's why Nintendo are missing out on trophies. I'd totally do it for the trophies. But when I go back to it, I will. This is the sort of game I will probably eventually play through 3 times at least, because I do love it. I think it's superb. Absolutely superb. And I've always liked turn-based tactical stuff, and that is just probably the best I've played. Well, and one more game to come. Okay, so last 3, and I may have miscounted top 10. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I counted that as 10. So number 3, this is the cheap one. Metal Gear Solid. And I can't decide between the 3 of them. One sort of blew me away. 3, I think, is the best game. So if I had to choose one of them that I love, and it's 3. But this is a set. Let's just say this is a game because it's on one cart. Yeah, no, Metal Gear Solid 3. Let's say that then is yeah, lower 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't wait for Delta to come out. Again, it is one of the reasons I pushed through to get a PS5 ready for it. It was, yeah, can't wait. Last two. I don't know how long I've been blabbing on for. Probably too long. Okay. Jag Alliance 2. PC game. Very kind of niche, I'd call it. Looked crap when it came out. It was a little bit behind the times, but it is, again, it's a way ahead of its time in what you could do. You basically hire mercenaries, you take back this island, and you gear them up, take over sectors. I've hundreds of hours, possibly 1,000. I've got mods for it. I've got this whole folder with gigs and gigs of stuff on, different options, different maps, different stuff. I mean, for me, the vanilla version is what I love, but yeah, that went a bit wrong, didn't it? Yeah, my phone fell off its holder. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, so Jag Alliance 2, game I've loved since it came out. Actually, since the demo, I had the demo, saved up, bought it, and no, I traded. My friend had it. I traded a copy of Dungeon Keeper 2 for Jag Alliance 2. Straight swap, best swap I ever made, and yeah, amazing. I mean, it probably is hard to get into now because it's but those that love it, I mean, there's still communities, and this is from like 99. I don't know. It's old. It's very old. People still play it. People still love it, and yeah, I think as far as I know, people are still modding it and making new stuff for it. And they made a 3 recently. It's the closest they've come, but it's nowhere near as good as 2. 2 is perfection, and a game I will always love. Last but not least, I think this is what I class as my most favourite game of all time. But I don't know any of those potentially, or particularly the last sort of 5, I could class as my favourite games of all time. Without further ado, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I know, and probably that is the best version of it, hands down. I wish I didn't have the selects. I need to get the proper version of it. Not everyone's favourite Zelda. It is mine. And I think it's all down to, I don't know, I think how the game makes me feel. Just makes me feel good, makes me feel happy. The graphics, the animation, the sailing. Yeah, it's just love it. And Breath of the Wild is a way better game, no doubts. But this is the one I enjoy and the one I like, and I'll always like it and I'll always love it. And one day I can hopefully play through it with my kids, and they probably won't have the same affection for it. And Breath of the Wild will probably be, something like that will be more their thing. But what a game! And I definitely think it's got people have loved it more as time has gone on. And I remember a few people not liking it when it came out, but I was interested and hooked the minute I saw the first screenshots and the first trailer. And yeah, and if you can, the Wii U version is really, really lovely. The HD graphics make all the difference, and they've kind of done a few little changes that were maybe needed for it. And yeah, I would kill for a Wind Waker 2. Absolutely love it. So yeah, that's my top 10, guys. Yeah, just gaming, isn't it? Just, like I said, outside of family, friends, and work and stuff, gaming is just awesome. I just love it, and those are just for me the top. But I very rarely sort of hate games. Most of them I enjoy, and yeah. But I think maybe if we can find something like that pile you've not played before, give them a go. As for who, I think almost everyone I know has been nominated already. Maybe, I don't know. I'll nominate one, but I understand if he's too busy. I know he's a busy man, and he might be nominated anyway. And I'll go with Marco's Blind Gaming. Awesome dude, and if he's got time, fantastic, but don't worry about it. I just thought I'd throw a nomination, and I couldn't think of anyone else that might have not been nominated yet. And yeah, so if you do get a chance to do it, Mark, that'd be wonderful, but don't worry too much, I understand. And yeah, that's it. So thanks, John, for the nomination as well, and go and check out his channel. I'll put a linky thing in the bottom. Thank you, dudes, and everyone. Stay awesome. Bye.